How we all getting along today? Well, this weekend passed. We were set up there in Savannah selling our wares at the Good Things Market. Did pretty good, sold quite a few rocks, not very many specimens. Specimens used to be what carried us to the shows, and now they're been selling more jewelry and what have you. But hey, either way, I get to enjoy playing with the rocks and make $1 or $2, pay for my gas at least. But the generosity of strangers never ceases to amaze me. I had another individual years back give me a steam engine that I was just tickled to death with, and I got it running. You want to look back through the videos, I did a video on it. But this old boy come by and struck up a conversation about some slabs I had laying there, and told him I'd built my own saw. And this individual named Bob, a connoisseur of old things, kind of like myself. And he's got several booths at the local junk stores and what have you. But he said he had a rock saw that I could just have. And I sure wasn't going to pass up the opportunity. So as soon as we got done, got everything packed up, got home, got the truck unloaded, I immediately hopped back in the truck and run back to town to hunt this fella down. And lo and behold, I found him, and boy, he's got some cool stuff, some old Maytags and what have you. I'm just a younger version of him, I think. He was, pushing 90. But he had this old rock saw that he had bought at an estate sale, I believe, and planned on selling at one of his booths. But the thing was so daggone heavy, he couldn't move it around. But I was really intrigued by it. Wooden cased, got some nice little windows cut into it, good quality, old plywood. You don't see plywood like that anymore. Belt drive. Got some bracketry, beefing it up a little bit. I added the chain because he didn't have any chain to hold the lid up. I wanted to do that before I broke the lid off of it. But the drive system, the wood led me to believe that it might be homemade. But the more I got to looking at it, the drive system and what have you, that looks commercial. And then I got inside and I was just tickled. Look at that vise and the feed system. That's definitely a commercial saw. Now, whether they've recased it or whether it's just old enough that it was in a wooden case. She's got a 14-inch diamond blade on her. Looks like she will hold up to a 16. And I was really needing something to cut some larger stones with, because my rocks just keep getting bigger and bigger as I get older. I don't know. Older, bolder. How's that work? But got the motor running. Took the bearings apart, flushed them out. Got them repacked, re-greased. Feed motor works fine. Nothing has any switches on it. You just plug and go, but that's all right. I'll hook up some switches. The vise is just awesome. If anybody has any idea what brand this saw might be or what it might be based off of, be sure and let me know, because I'm definitely curious. But the feed system does not feed. And I got down in here looking at it, and this part here does not look original. So you've got a little lever to engage and disengage. I think this is supposed to be a spring, not a fixed plate of steel. So that's one of the repairs I'm going to start with right off the bat. Is I'm going to take this all apart, make sure rethread that, get some good threads in that split nut there, and try that with a spring, because it looks like if you slide this back and forth, that would spread that and allow you to slide your table back. But then when you returned it to the neutral position, it would grip onto the all thread there and feed. So I'll let you know how that turned out, and I'm going to start tearing this thing apart. Well, now I'm telling you, I might be on to something. I had to dig long and deep through my boxes of everything but what you're looking for to find a stiff enough, short enough spring to serve the purpose. But this is what they had in there, and I could not figure out how to get that thing to bite onto that all thread. The threads within the split bolt was dang good. I didn't have to do nothing. I just chased them out, and they're going to be just fine. Got the vice grips on there to hold it straight so you can kind of see how it's going to work. We've got the cam down in here, cam in action. So with that thing straight up and down, that'll allow this block to squeeze together onto that all thread, and she'll bite and should feed. When you want to retract it, just flip the lever down, cam action, spread this apart, take it off the split nut so you can slide her back. Well, I won't bore you with me trying to fit that thing down in there and getting the bolts tight, but oh, I did have to stake these. I could not find a 1/4 inch lock nut in any of my junk, so I did stake them with a punch, but that'll work just fine. I won't be taking that back apart anytime soon. Let me get this back in there and see if the feed system works. Well, now I'm telling y'all, that is just too boo-coo. That turned out really good. So to actuate it, you turn the cam with the knob up. To turn her loose. Man, that is far superior to the one I built, other than the variable speed aspect of it. You only get one speed out of this thing as far as I can tell. That is just too cool. Bob, I'm definitely going to slice some rocks up on this thing and bring you a few, whether you want them or not. Probably next thing, motor runs good, feed works. Next thing is just see if I can get the tank to seal up. She's pretty oil impregnated. It's been caulked in the past. There ain't no way you're going to get caulking to stick to that oil soaked wood, but maybe fill her up with some hydraulic fluid and let her fill up and see what happens. I can see a couple other improvements. I want to put a little splash shield there in the back to keep it from throwing so much up around that back hinge. You know, afraid it might leak a little. You could tell this thing had leaked when they'd run it before. But I tell you, can't beat that. Let me get a few more things done on her and we'll be back. Well, I got her far enough along to try her out, and the only thing I had up here in the shop was a piece of calcite. But it chucked that piece of calcite up, and I didn't want to waste any hydraulic fluid on it yet, so in case the tank leaked, filled her up with water. Cut it super slow, and hey, I'll take it, it cuts. I really don't see too many bugs. I think I may throw a new blade at it, and I did put chain stop on it, stiffen the lid up a little bit, and I'm probably going to put a stiffener there in the front, stiffen that up a little bit. Well, that's in the way. May put me a stiffener right there in the front, stiffen it up. Clock the RPMs for the feed motor there just in case it decided to let loose before I figured it out. So she got 5 RPM. Cuts really nice and slow. I need to be finding me a table, you know, with some wheels on it, so I can find a permanent home, get her to where I can roll her around, and then I'll worry about wiring. And I'll probably wire a stop on the feed just like I did on my other saw, so it'll shut off so I don't have to sit there and watch the thing, keep it from overfeeding and tearing everything up. But I'm tickled to death, and boy, this gift is surely appreciated. Yep, I'm done for the day, or at least up here anyway, off to the next project. Got a metal brake to rebuild. Hope you all found it educational, informative, at least made you smile. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Thank y'all. You have a good one.